Hello and welcome. Well, I actually went away and did what I said I was going to do. So, yeah, we have got sugar in the only beets. As I said, it's got to be a minor sort of thing, but we have done it. So let's grab some sugar beets and actually stick this, let's get it sorted. So we've got plenty of tractors now. Really have. Let's get this sorted. Did we do this? No, that's what we did say, didn't we? And we've got our homemade stuff. Let's get this done before this blizzard hits, because that might actually affect us for a while. Yeah, these blizzards are supposed to be terrible. Yeah, it's one of those things that when I was reading about the, I can't know if I'm not sure which mod it is now. Whether it's the moisture mod does more than you think. Oh, it's that rope again. I keep saying I'm going to have a go at the rope. I did have a brief look at the. I don't feel my normal self. There's certain things I can't do. I can tweak things, but I don't feel capable of doing any creative like works or anything. So I was like, I went in, and normally if I'm in like my normal mood, I'll look at a mod and I think, yeah, I need to get that sorted. But I haven't got any get up and go. It's sort of, got up and gone. So, whereas the content, I did say this before, yeah, I just don't think I'm my normal self, basically. So sometimes you just got to like roll with the blows and do the best you can. It is true. You can't always just do what you like. So yeah, it'll happen. Watch the rope again. I thought I'd actually done something about that, but obviously not. Straw, we have, yeah, we're in 7 tons short of max, so that should, we ought to, literally fill that again so that it can self-unload over the day, especially if we've got a blizzard coming, because it is a serious bit of nastiness. Let's do. So we are actually getting down this because we do need some more hay, as we sort of said. So I would say that's, yeah, do you know, the amount of times I do that, I would say that the fact that it can't fill is the fact that it's not letting you like the icon pop. Because sometimes you just don't think about it. Right, so milk. I don't think we did any of this, did we? Right now. No. Okay, let's look the other way. Normal. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think we'd actually done it. So let's get this sorted. Then we're going to get some sugar beets, which we're going to buy in from other farmers. We'll order some through our BI Industries sell point. And yeah, we'll get making a little bit of sugar. It's not super or anything. It's only one. I'm not allowing sugar cane and all the rest of it. It literally, I am a bit worried about this one though, because it's true, I haven't used normal animals, but it's a bionic. It really should be quite tremendous. So I don't understand why we're getting a backlog of milk straight away and almost it doesn't look like anything's happening. It's really quite strange. It's like it's not working properly. Right, fantastic. So we want one of the biggies. We've only got one tractor out. No, 2. Yeah, we've got the big blue and that. So we've still got the other fence somewhere about there. Oh, I've done it again. Yeah, right. So then I'm not starting anyone's engines. Right, so we want the big trailer. We want some sugar beet. And we want to put that in there and make some sugar. It will make sugar 1, so it'll be 5,000 litre things. But obviously inside, it's just sugar. Yeah, it's only... It would appear in 5,000 litre pallets is basically what it would... So let's get this work done before this blizzard comes and we get, like, loads of inches of snow. I mean, it may or may not amount to anything. You never know, but I always take weather warnings quite seriously. Right, so sugar beet. Yeah. I'm not done cut sugar, but it literally is just one thing. I did the same for the... It's sort of like a little tiny machine that we get added that will chug along nicely, but it's not like a powerful mill like you would get in a proper one. It's just like a cut down version of such. I always get this as well. I always say this. When you're not feeling very well, it's like the universe knows and it comes knocking on your door. It does, it's true. And every single thing that could go wrong does invariably go wrong. So what we should be doing is, I often find that sometimes you have to just like go for a different angle, let go, and then you can not. I don't mean sometimes it also requires a bit more power than you've actually got to pull off. It's the steering wheels that do it. It's because it's not going straight. The steering axle pulls them into things. It's good, but it's also not good. I must have been. It was one time in FS25. It was on one of Oxygen David's maps, and the one that I was not that struck on. It was a good map, but I didn't feel it. Not like Calmsden. And again, you get that. It's not a reflection on the map maker. It's a reflection on you and the way that you see things. And like, I didn't feel it. I mean, Oxygen David's done quite a few ones that people rave about that I didn't sort of like feel the same way about them. I always known he's a very good map maker. But Calmsden, again, is one of those maps that it's just got something about it. And there's lots of other map makers that have done the same. New American, a beautiful map. Again, I just feel at home there. It's just what certain maps do that to you, where they make you click. I mean, there's a... we did get a slight flicker. I think that this needs a bit of work. It is there. Wow, that's a bit... on like the edge of it, it's like not quite right. Wow, that is temperamental. Now that the trigger's too small inside, that would be me. Ooh. Wow, tiniest bit of movement as well. Yeah, I've had tricky triggers like this before a while back, and it is like a just say actually, it's like the world comes knocking at your door and everything goes wrong. I think it's sometimes to do with like call it power just for simplicity. Yeah, you're not feeling your best, and you get tested. It all goes wrong, and it's and when everything's right and you're at your best, none of this actually affects you. I don't know what it is about, but it really is. It's just on the very edge of it. I had this before when I'd got like 2 of the wrong kind of triggers. I wonder if I've actually done that again, because they fight each other, and that could be what's happening. That's saying dump of if I actually put not enough. No, I'm sure there's plenty of storage in. I'm sure I put loads of storage in the sugar bit. Yeah, 92,600 litres. No, that's sugar. That's true. How much? Don't tell me I've actually. No. I was going to say I could have sworn I did the right amount. So that's a bit strange, because that actually settled down then, and it was saying. Okay, well that's a bit strange. It now says dump sugar, but it's not dumping sugar. Do you know? I'll figure this one out, but yeah, let's just leave it for now. The other thing is I have noticed as well is that certain trailers are better at certain things. Maybe it's a little bit too high. Let's just going out on a limb. There's certain trailers that I found that are like... Yeah, this one was not playing nicely with a menu, and obviously it is a Giants model. It really is just that is a point. Have I done the mod? No, I've done the mod desk on all of them. No, I can't do it in there. We need to go down to our production silo, and we'll do it the other way, which is to send your production silo to actually send it to your other productions. Again, yeah, I mean, I might have missed something. I mean, we can see it's got, I've done storage all right and all that type of, oh, we've got that, still got that problem in water planes affecting maps. Still not been fixed. Now that is a bit odd. I say, I've always found these solid as a rock. I've not had any problem with these in a long time. So I've worked on them and seen like, yeah, it's all done, but yeah, that is mega bad again. These issues with water planes. The game is a mess. It really is. I've got to be honest. Of all, this was supposed to be the crowning glory of Giants. I've got to be honest. I think it's the worst one they've ever released. It is terrible. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, the game engine's very heavy. Very, very heavy. It's, right, so, yeah, we're good. Okay, we'll cheat then. We'll do it the other way. Corner production silo. So we want sugar beet. Yeah, I mean, this is, I was talking to Kevin about this the other day as well. The other thing is, these actually, if you've got multiple production silos, this is why I don't think Giants have released anything like this. I know I've had them from the very beginning. They sort of work, but they don't work properly. No, they really are sort of strange, and they like chatter amongst themselves, by which I mean is they'll send things and share things amongst themselves, even if it's not switched on. Yeah, and you'll get things go to a one that you don't want it to go to, something that's not even switched on, and it will like just appear in one of the other silos, and you're like, huh? Yeah, I've had them all over the place where it's obviously got to have that ingredient in it, but it's not calling for it, and yet it's in there. Right, so that is now doing that. Now, did we check the sales? I believe, yeah, we did. Yeah, it's a shame. Obviously, the headers are in there, but like not the right kind of headers, as in like not the ones that we would really want. Now then, how are we doing on that field? I'd imagine. Oh, apart from it looks like a corner that got missed, we're actually all right. So now this is totally prepped, apart from the patch which we're about to do. So I could have sworn, I had this very, I think we leased it. What Let's Play was it? It's Oak City, yeah. I've done sugar cane on that one, which I think we've got a harvest next session. Or have I gone past it? Oh, please tell me I've not missed it again. Right, so yeah, I could have sworn that I went on with that, and it sort of ploughed it. It was over. I'm sure I did it on grass like we just did, but I think it's a special one that actually only happens, yeah, on when the day it's supposed to. If you know what I'm trying to say, like the month. I don't think it's active until it's active. Right, so that's everything is done. Manure in slurry are building up, and we should have, yeah, we did all of our selling, didn't we? Yeah, so that's why we're sort of even more rich than we were. So that's telling the sugar beet to like go, and the bionic dairy should have that switched on, and it hasn't. So it's a good job we checked. So yeah, that will be, no, we don't want spawn, do we? Want to, yeah, just like keep, because like, yeah, obviously, yeah, you don't need to say this. Oh, we don't want that on. Yeah, we want that on keep as well. We will grab it out when we want it. So, right, so that is it. Let's go through till tomorrow morning, where we may or may not. So, you see, now that's my point. Just look at those icons now. Now they're appearing, and this is what I'm saying. Things going in and out. Things phasing in and out. You shouldn't see that. Now, I mean, I proved that on that camera that day when I said you know, if you're a new user and you like come in the game like that, you expect to see things. I don't even think the house icon was there that time, and it may have been actually. Right, so then let's go through till March morning, and we will have an 8 o'clock start, and we will do the animals if, of course, we can wade through the snow. I hate it when it's this late. Ooh, oh my lord. Now we also wait as well, because don't panic. Sometimes you get your wave that comes a bit later, so let's not panic at the minute. Let's have a look. How is this? Yeah, this is really intriguing. Ah, milk bottled. That's a bit better. Yeah, so it is working now. They're still getting a build up. The sugar beets have gone through. A bit of sugar. You can see it's not stupendous amount. So that means we can now switch on the chocolate, which needs sugar 1 and milk. So we can now switch that on. It is a lossy product. I ought to do pig food on that one as well. I keep trying to do, because it would be edible. It really would. So cheese is now building up to 1,509 litres. Oh yeah, I suppose it does take a while. The butter though, now the butter is ramping up. Yeah, that is definitely doing better. Right, and a bit of pig food, which you'd expect a little tiny bit, because it's not an awful lot. I ought to check. Yeah, I didn't see that I'd not done the chocolate, because that would be an edible thing, and there's loss of 0.5 there. Cheese, there's loss of 1. I think that's a different kind of loss, though. That kind of, oh, it looks like the snow really is, and look how thick that is. Oh, well, look at that. Oh, my life. Isn't it typical? Can we actually do the poplars in the morning? I think we can. I think so. Yeah, the other thing is obviously poplars and potatoes. Oh, it's only April. All right, so we need to feed the animals. And if we can, do the very basic jobs. Oh my life. Look at that. Wow, now that is what you call a blizzard. I'm not sure if this is going to actually... Wow. I love the way it sinks into the snow. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably quite true, actually. It's not going to be the easiest things to pull, is it? Let's get this... Oh, I've got my phone on noisy. Let me just switch that off. Apologies. Yeah, it's alright. I try and switch it on to noisy, because my wife moans I don't hear her calls. And yeah, she's sometimes not well, so it's more important that it's on noisy, but like I must switch it back on straight after this, which I don't always remember. Yeah, I think I must check the trigger on this, that it's actually... Yeah, because I went through a phase where my triggers were all too... I think it's this side. They weren't low enough. They were like slightly too high above, like, and then again, this is why giants say about the... I'm slipping. Yeah, I am honestly not driving badly. I'm just literally slipping, as you can see. Wow. Now then, what was I saying? Oh, it's not... Yeah, and this is another thing that's not working very well. What happened to it unloading itself? One of those new features that everyone goes, oh, slurry's actually full. 100,000 out of 100,000 litres. Right. Well, that's the main thing, is we've done the milk and we've done that. Look at the thickness of that snow. Yeah, so it looks like snow has stopped play. Can we... Oh, my life. Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen so much in the shop as that. Well, isn't that typical? I don't think we could actually use half of these. This is crazy. Oh, biggie. One of the real biggies. The Concorde. You can actually, the one thing I am going to say is you can actually do, what is it? It's a 396. It always seems to start on 396, these do. We can buy them and actually sell them tomorrow. Now that would be a decent one. That's a biggie, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, I think we'll only go for the things that are higher because we can make, now that one is a good buy. What is the horsepower on that one? Yeah, well, often, nearly always, I find that they start at the low end. But we did see that with the big blue, that actually started at the high end. So I think what we're going to do, because you can make money off this the next day, is we're going to, do we need, no, I don't think that will work with our 9 meter because it's not a draggy one. So yeah, we will, yeah, this one is, I don't know that it does anything. If we were to buy that, what would we get for it? 178, 17,000. So the fact that we did the options, unless we keep that for ourselves, which it's not a bad idea, we're not going to make any amount of money from that. Trouble is, I don't think we need another big one. So as much as it pains me, you see that one we seriously can, and it's a 265. But I don't think we need any more. I've only got, yeah, no, I suppose it wouldn't be a bad one, really, would it? It starts at 265. It is like ours, only more powerful. I think we will. And definitely that one as well. And that's a 150, but is possible to go higher too. And that one, again, has got options. Yeah, but we will keep that one. Do we need it? Yeah, these are really good, and yet obviously not good for making profit. So, do we need another? I just don't think we're going to make any cash off of it, so I just don't see the point. It's one of those testers where, like, you know, I mean, it would be nice to have another one, but I think with that Massey, I think that was a really good price, and I think sometimes you've just got to, like, that is it. I think I'm happy with that. So let's go through tomorrow more. Let's just not give up so easily. Yeah, let's see if we can, like, cycle through the day a little bit where this is going to go later. Like, even if it was dinner or even if it's 4 o'clock at night, we can actually seriously, yeah, it is going a little. The other thing, yeah, it is. It's definitely shrinking a little bit by little bit. Yeah. Don't think that's a bad idea. You can see it's sort of shrinking a little, can't you? Lowering as the day goes on. Yeah. Another couple of those and I think we'll be actually in business. Oh, wow. It is actually nice to see it actually working how it actually would go in real life. We've got rain coming when? 2 o'clock. Oh. Right, okay. Let's get cracking. We've done that field. Let us get... I think it's... can't remember which one had got it. Oh, no, the other one. Right, let's get this going. Yeah, because unfortunately, it's nearly all of it's falling on this particular one. So get the poplars done first. We're going to do standard work. I think we're going to do it ourselves because it's all on us. So I'm going to literally say my words and we're going to get cracking. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Well, I'd say that was perfect timing, really. It's not bad. The rain, it's, yeah, good job it's not harvesting, but perfect for if you're sowing, really. Amazing. So we did, it was just necessary to do the 2 rollers. We just finished it nicely. So yeah, I was, obviously we've got some grass fields to rip tomorrow. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we can still do sunflower. I'm trying to think. Without, obviously, we've got the. What are we actually going into? Yeah, I mean, well, we've obviously going into poppers. We're obviously going in potatoes. So we need a potato. There is that the potato chip type thing. So that's one thing we can get. And I've never done that. So it'd be nice to have a look at that. It's not my own mod. So yeah, literally, it would be nice to have a look at that and see what it is. So it looks like it's going to be rain for a while. Looking at the icon, I am so glad that we actually persevered and didn't just go through till April morning, even though I know we could have, or perhaps could have done this. You don't really ever know, do you, what it's going to be like. The Volvita BI Industries. Yay. I can't remember what it means now. It is is this one of the ones I actually did do? Yeah, I often do Latin names that mean that, you know, like what the purpose of the thing is. The Metentis and the they're all Latin names. I used to name my servers Latin server names when I worked for the schools. Each of them meant something quite special. So yeah, it was quite a nice, different way of doing things. Well, I think our team is now. I can't believe how many like things are on sale. And obviously most of them that we can't actually do anything about. Yeah, because we can't. None of those tractors we can sort of sell because they've got options that make them. They're perfect for you if you're going to keep them, but they're not. Yeah, they're really bad if you're trying to sell them. So definitely bad idea. Yeah, the one thing that is amazing is obviously we know it can be done, but it's. One feature that sort of surprised me a little bit that Giants didn't do was the water on the ground. Yeah, because it's obviously who was it who did it? One of the modders who did the map, the re-release of the old American FS19 map. Oh, whose name always escapes me, beginning with R, I think. It's on the tip of my brain. I think, yeah, these are. I'm not sure. We seem to be running out. We don't really need much more tools, to be honest, though. And some of these, when they're only out once a year, they're not the tools that you really could. I do love the tyres on this. These are really beautiful bits of kit. Yeah, we've still got plenty. I do. It is true. I was not going to design a shed, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to design a few. Some of them porch type ones that will fit at certain heights. Again, all of these things are subject to whether Giants approves them in testing. But I've got to make it yet. But yeah, there's a need for something that you know what you want, and only you can do something about that. So yeah, I intend on doing that. So could we? No, there's a few little bits of bobs. You ought to have, like, it is true, the shelves I could use for things like this, but it's just that extra work. Yeah, it'd be nice to have one of those, like the storage place where you can store little tools in. I don't know if you could ever do it, whether you could call them back like you can with the storage for bales, a small rack system that you stick in a box and it puts it on for you, a bit like it does the. It's got to be doable, surely. The fertilizer and the seeds can be done, but I don't know whether it might be. It's weird when you're talking about programmatical things. It's sometimes very complicated to actually do these things. Yeah, and more things had arrived as well since we looked. I don't believe this. Yeah, so again, these ones we can't make any profit off, and some of these are very, very small ones. Well, I think we will go through till April morning, and then we're going to leave it. Yeah, we'll do the animals. Oh, no, I think we're going to leave it here. It's been quite a good session. But yeah, let's sum up on what we've actually done. I always like to give that. So poplars, a massive bit of poplars, which we can forget about for an awful long time. Although it would be nice to check in on them every now and again to sort of see our biggest field full of potatoes. And this one is sunflowers. We're going to keep, I do think I'm right about this one, grass, and I think that one grass as well. So we need to convert 32, which we did say we were losing a field. We're going to do 32. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with field 32, whether we do a second field of sunflowers is not a bad idea because we can make diesel from it. So that's not a bad little thing. Some for ourselves, but then the rest to sell. I'm thinking, and then if we're because it's a proper European map, we are going to have to sort of go deep because, yeah, we get the next set of fields are right the way over here. So really, that no, that's a point. Can you? Hang on a minute. If this is ours. Well, how come our slurry's full for here? If we've got 450,000. Oh, do we actually take it to this? It is ours. It said sell. So I would say we actually come and... Okay, I've never had one of these before. Let's have a look. Now, maybe other people haven't either. Let's have a look. So what do we actually... I would imagine there's got to be a dump point then. There has. Oh, smashing. So we really... now that we've got 100,000... Now, we do need a big tanker. Now, and that one's no good for us, unfortunately, because that's the grain dry pack. So it only takes methane. So, not a lot of use to us. But we could... Yeah, we've got the big 47 tonner. That is the biggie, the big barrel that I've got. Or we could have a lorry one, but no, I think we'll go for the this one here, which I have worked on a little bit over the last. I've shortened the drawbar quite a lot. It's a bit of a monster, but it's not quite as bad a monster as it was. Yeah, I need to do something to the... Yeah, I've actually sucked it into the body of the tanker a little bit. Fantastic. So we will get some slurry shifted next month. Let's just grab this tractor, take that in, and we'll go and grab that, because I know what I'm like. If I don't leave myself signposts, I'm a terror. So we've even done the rolling. Yeah, absolutely. That is a first for a long time. Wait, no, it is to be so thorough. Yeah, I mean, we did every single field that needed rolling straight away. So for once, if we go on our fields, obviously they were all mulched. Yeah, we should have almost every single bonus, because there will be no weeds, because we've obviously ploughed, and we limed in advance, we fertilised, and we've seeded. So really, it's fantastic. Why are we actually bringing the roller? Seriously, why were we bringing the roller down here? Do you know? Seriously, right, well, we'll have to leave it now and grab that. If I drop that drawbar too low, I think, ooh, why is that leaning like that? I've never seen it do that before. I have never seen that do that before. Ever. Now, note carefully, this is one of the few mods of mine you'll actually see is sitting exactly where it should be. Yeah, it's one thing I've got to sort out with a lot of my mods is, yeah, the drawbar was a lot longer than this. This is almost there, to be honest. This is a bit of a beast. Yeah. I ought to put some rear hitches on these. I haven't not thought about it, but I think I ought to do that now. Oh, those back axles are coming through the body a little bit. It is a bit of a beast. It is. It's a mighty... Yeah, it is. But then again, it is big, so what can you say? I wanted it to be fair, and that it was going to be a big tanker. So it is sort of, yeah, like the medium one on steroids that's humongous. I'm not sure if it could actually be a little bit bigger than... I can't, can you see my light on? My indicator? No. I must have switched on and off again. I'm a terror for that. Yeah, you definitely need a swing line with this beast. Right, so then I'm going to leave this filling, and then I'm going to say my goodbyes. So slurry is, I believe... Oh, is it? Is it? I think it's this end. I think it is... Yeah, it is. It's right where the... typically, right where the flatbed is. Right, I think we will use you because you've not had any action at all this entire session. Yes, I would say that symbol there is definitely where we need to go. So we'll do a couple of loads of those to keep the slurry down, stick it in that massive thing. Basin, I think it called it. And I mean, we could, I suppose really, we should be doing some straight away, I suppose really to make a bit of fertiliser for ourselves to begin with before we, before we like cart it off to the basin. But anyway, yeah, we'll do that next session. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.